if we're going to talk about your right back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
10 out of 10 performance. He was my man of the match personally. Oh my goodness. I had everyone in my mentions before the game saying, oh yeah, he's a good defensive right back, but what happens when he comes up against the world-class players, the Neymars and Mbappes? Well, that's what happened. They got
Yeah.
frustrated. I saw Mbappe saying, oh, can I swap wings? He was frustrated. He couldn't get no joy out of my man. Less of that.
What's good, people? What's happening, man? Welcome to a new show that I'm bringing out now. We ain't really got a name for it at the moment. Just being real. So right now it's just Semps and Dan, and we're gonna hit you with some Man U chat. We're gonna review the week that Man United have had because it's been a bit of a madness. I lie, Dan.
Yeah, it's been mad, fam. I thought we'd come into this depressed, but yeah, we're up right now.
We are up. We're buzzing, as you can hear from the energy already. So Dan, let them know where they can find you, man. First of all, introduce yourself.
I'm Daniel. I'm pretty much Daniel Agoon7 on pretty much everything. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, can find me on there. Just daily football content. Might see a rant every now and then.
Every now and then. Even if it's a win, when he's talking, it still comes across as a rant, boy.
Yeah, bro, because rival fans be in my mentions all the time, man.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about them donut rival fans, man, because I've had a few of them as well. But anyway, I'm Semps. You can catch me at L Semps on Twitter, Leon_Semper on Instagram. And as you can see, this video is coming out on the Views TV official platform, so you already know how to find us on those platforms there. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. This is going to be coming out weekly. And yeah, man, follow us and stay tuned. We're going to keep coming out with some more Man United content. So, Dan, there's only one real place to start. We're recording this on what's today? Wednesday, the 21st of October. It's the morning after another fantastic night in Paris. Jeez. Jesus. Big night in Paris. Dan, going into the game, obviously me and you speak on a regular basis. Going into the game, what was your thoughts, especially when you saw the lineup? What was your thoughts on how the game was going to turn out?
I'll be real. When I saw the lineup, obviously we know Neymar, Mbappe, they're going to hurt us eventually. But a part of me was happy with the lineup. Maybe one or two questions I had. I thought, does McTominay really need to be in this? Like, if we're trying to dictate the game, does he need to be in this? Tuanzebe, I was shocked to see, but I could understand it with his recovery pace, but we'll get into that later. I could understand it, but then 10 months out, the first game, big game thrown back in. I was excited to see Telles. I thought, okay, maybe we might see these whip crosses. And obviously, Luke Shaw at left centre-back, I thought in recent games, when he's played in that position, I thought, Luke Shaw looks like his old self. So I was confident on that aspect. So, yeah, I obviously with the McTominay thing, I wasn't sure. Pogba being on the bench, I was like, and Van der Beek, I was like, that's a lot of firepower from midfield that's on the bench. I'm not sure about this. I'll be honest, but yeah, they surprised me. I'll be real.
Well, especially because of the weekend, we saw Ollie drop a few players or rest a few players as what I thought he would. Obviously, Pogba didn't start against Newcastle. I thought he was rested. Van der Beek didn't play again. Maguire actually came in even after, it was possible that he could be injured. But then we didn't see, obviously, we knew that Maguire wasn't traveling to Paris. We knew Cavani wasn't traveling to Paris.
Greenwood.
Yeah, Greenwood wasn't traveling. So I was thinking, what's going on here? Already, I'm not really feeling confident about PSG anyway, because, I've looked at our fixtures being, first it was Newcastle, PSG, then Chelsea, then Leipzig, then Arsenal, and then we got Everton as well. And I always thought those were the fixtures of doom. That was going to be like Ollie's death.
I thought that was the end for my man.
But you know what? We questioned the lineup against Newcastle. It worked. And it worked. His tactics and everything worked again, man. What would you think about What would your thoughts be on Ollie's week at the moment?
I'll be real. He's got it bang. He's got it bang on. He's got it bang on. I'm one of Ollie's biggest critics.
Yeah.
When he wrong, I'm the first to be like, "Come on, Ollie, why are you doing this?" Do I see him being the long-term successor at our club? Probably not. But okay, I'm one of them. Like last season, I wasn't sure if he was the right man for the job. He got us third place. So I said, "Yep, fair play." It was same again here. I wasn't sure on the lineup on both games, the Newcastle and the PSG one. But as the games keep going on, I'm thinking, yo, Ollie might know. Ollie knows what he's doing. Still, these tactics, he's got him absolutely bang on. Like I can't fault Ollie. He's out of everyone, players and staff, he's probably been like the best because he's hit the nail on the head on both occasions. Honestly.
Yeah, and you know what? I have to agree with you. You know, I'm not one of Ollie's biggest fans when it comes to him being my manager, and I like to put the fact that he was a player to one side. Do you know what I'm saying? And I've not been impressed overall with what he's been doing at Manchester United. But what I would say is I'm very much an honest person in the sense that you get praised when you do well, you get criticized when you do badly.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And Ollie has done well. He's had a good week. Ollie's had a good week. You know what I'm saying? What I liked yesterday against PSG was we always knew that we had to move away from the 4-3-2-1. I expected a 3-5-2 against PSG. We seem to play that system well. Everybody seems to know what they're doing when we play that system. But it was also the in-game management what I liked as well. When he brought on Pogba, I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to bring Pogba on. You know, PSG was starting to get more of a control of the game, and it could have gone either way. Obviously, it was 1-1 at the time.
Yeah.
And then when he brought Pogba on, I was thinking, yeah, you know what, this is a good time. And then he's changed the formation as well. We've gone 4 at the back, and I was impressed. I was impressed with him there.
I've even noticed, like last season, I remember a lot of us were saying, when we make subs, the depth, the quality from the subs bench to the starting 11 isn't the best. But Ollie, in recent games, I've noticed what he's doing. He's kind of started with like a safe 11 that could get the job done, that we expect to get the job done. But if it's not going well, you bring on a Pogba, you bring on a Van der Beek, the quality goes up. So all of a sudden, Greenwood, Cavani, players like that didn't even travel. Maguire was left at home. So all of a sudden, our depth don't look bad if he's going to do it like this. Because, like I said, we played 3 at the back. I'm thinking, okay, 1-1. We're not playing that badly. He brings on Pogba. He brings on Van der Beek. We get this. Pogba sets up the second goal. Newcastle on the weekend, it was 1-1 for long periods in the game. He brings on Pogba. He brings on Van der Beek. We scored that amazing second goal with Bruno on the counter attack. The quality goes up now that he's doing it like this. So I don't mind it if it carries on like this.
That's a great point that you make there, because we've spoken about it, the fact that the quality always dips when we take off those players in the replacement, and then now it's actually going up. I think he went with high intensity, high energy in the midfield yesterday. It's something that even when being on All for United, I've spoken about the fact that we lack that intensity. And when Rashford came on the TV and he was giving his post-match interview, he spoke about intensity. And for me, that's what we've been lacking from the very beginning. Against Crystal Palace, no intensity, no energy. The same against Brighton, even though we got the 3 points, we're lacking that zip. And we're not even going to speak about Spurs. It was an absolute joke. But you know what I'm saying? It's a madness. But you know what I wanted to ask you? Obviously, Maguire wasn't playing yesterday. Do you think he was missed?
I think I've been having a discussion about. I think this is an absolute masterstroke for Ollie. I'll be honest. Like I said it, I think I tweeted it the other day. Everyone said it was an injury. I don't think it was, to be honest. I don't think it was at all. I just think, look, Maguire's going through issues off the pitch. He's just come back into the team. He's got a goal against Newcastle. The good vibes is there. The last thing he needs in the press is an absolute shocker against PSG. And the likes of Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria would have absolutely spun him. There was one moment, I think in the first half, where Mbappe was running through and he had like a good five yard on Tuanzebe, I think it was. And Tuanzebe ate up the yards and got there. And I was thinking, if that was Maguire, fam, he pulls his hamstring. Mbappe probably gets a shot away at goal, and then the memes, the social media absolutely destroy Maguire. And the last thing someone like Maguire needs as captain of the club, being English as well, would to be have an absolute shocker against PSG. So I thought it was an absolute masterstroke to leave him out, and in the end, it paid dividends.
Yeah, man. I agree. I think that's another tick. That's another point to Ollie because he's. This is we don't know. We're speculating, but
Yeah,
I totally agree
digits
with
an
you.
injury, but
I totally agree with you because when he didn't look like he suffered no injury against Newcastle,
yeah.
I've not heard of him really getting no injury in training. If anything, the injury would have come when he was away on international duty to not play against Newcastle.
And then he played 90 minutes.
Played 90 minutes, and as you say, he got the goal. He's on a high now. You know, let's take you out of the firing line because, yeah, he could have easily got spun and mashed up there by Neymar and
with him and Lindelof. Nah, it would not have worked. Honestly,
it wouldn't have worked. So going forward now to the next game, because obviously, me personally, I think not only did we're going to speak about Axel, but I thought all three of the central defenders there, Axel, Lindelof, and Shaw, all played well. Now we've got Chelsea on the weekend, and we've historically played the 3-5-2 against them and done well with that system as well. So what do you think happens now on the weekend? Does Maguire come back into the team or do we leave him out?
Oh, that's a horrible.
Let me ask you, what would you do and what do you think Ollie's going to do?
Good question. Luke Shaw would play left centre back because I've noticed every time he's played left centre back, the one thing I criticise Luke Shaw for is getting forward when he's at left back. But now that he's at left centre back, I see him sometimes overtaking our left back, and I'm like, huh? What are you doing, bruv?
Exactly.
Get back in centre back, fam. Why don't you do this when you're at left back, fam? What's wrong with this guy, fam? So I don't mind him there. Left centre back seems to be his new role where he likes. You got to play Lindelof. Lindelof for me is probably our best ball playing centre back. He just has this urgency about him. Maguire likes to do this long diag that just looks good on YouTube compilations. But fam, play into your better players, man. Play in between the lines, and I think Lindelof does that better. He's calm, he's composed. There's a few times they got in and behind us, and Lindelof just made last-minute blocks. He didn't dive in recklessly as what we saw Maguire do with England recently, but we won't get to that. And I'd play Tuanzebe, I'll be honest, because Chelsea have a fast attack.
Exactly.
Werner, Pulisic is now back. Hudson-Odoi, I don't know if they'll start him, but that they could look into that. But they have a quick attack, so I'm sorry, Maguire, you gotta sit this one out, my guy. I can't lie. But I know Ollie. He'll play Luke Shaw. Maguire, Lindelof, and that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Like this Lindelof-Maguire partnership, scrap it. It don't work. It don't work. You now it's got to the point where Lindelof and Maguire are kind of like the similar ilk of centre back. Pick one of them, and then you've got the Tuanzebes, the Baileys, that ilk of centre back. Quick, a good recovery pace. Pick one of them. Wherever he goes, he might pick Bailey. I don't know, because in the 2-0 win away from home last season, I think he started Bailey in that game, and I was praising him. I was full of praise. There was a few times where, again, the recovery pace. So
last-ditch challenges and that. I remember him doing one.
Yeah, so he might, if he doesn't go with Tuanzebe, he might go with Bailey, and I won't be against that.
Nah, man, Bailey's injured, bruv. He's on the treatment table again, man. He's on the treatment table.
Yeah, we up from Connor in January, man. Honestly,
Bay's done now, man. He's done out here, rude boy. He's done. But you know what? I think, Ollie does like to surprise us. I do think something tells me that he's gonna stick with the same team. Something just tells me that he will stick with the same team. I'm not sure whether. Yeah, and then just swap Martial for Cavani. Do you know what I mean? He will just. I think he will stick with the same team. Now, I'm saying that obviously it's a few days later, so he may make some changes because it's playing 2 games in quick succession. He may not want that, especially high energy. They put a lot of work in. But if he does change it, for me, the back 3 doesn't need to change, and Axel. He may use the excuse that Axel's been out for 10 months, but if anybody should, I don't think Lindelof should drop out. I don't think
No,
Lindelof should drop out.
no,
I've got some people saying, yeah, just swap Maguire for Lindelof. I'm thinking to myself,
no, bro.
like, we got to get past this captain armband, like England's
Yeah, less
darling,
of that, man.
and all of that, because Maguire was not missed yesterday. This is the point I was making to my cousin. He was not missed. If you're missing your best centre back,
80 million
then
centre back.
you would see a difference. He was not missed. Do you know what I'm saying? Lindelof can play. Lindelof just gets bullied by your Burnleys and them man in the air.
Yeah,
that's what Lindelof can't deal with. If he's got somebody like a Tuanzebe next to him, because I've got some stats as well. Axel yesterday, 100% aerial duels won. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my man can do bits in the air. He's fast, he's quick, he's strong. You see the way man was barging Mbappe off like he was nothing yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Like, for me, I think if he was fit enough to play, he can come in and play again. If we was to discuss Axel, 92% pass accuracy, 7 clearances, and 1 block. What sort of performance did he put in yesterday, Dan?
Superb. Everyone's telling me Maguire got relegated 4 times. This Tuanzebe's been promoted, like with Villa. He knows what it takes.
Yeah.
Honestly, man. He was superb. Because you know what it was? What I liked is they put him on Wan-Bissaka's side, because I think that was a masterstroke from Oli again, because there was a few times, not that Wan-Bissaka mistimed his tackles, but we know what Wan-Bissaka's like. He likes to,
when he dives in and stuff, yeah.
So and obviously it's the quality of Neymar and Mbappe that he ain't going to keep him out all game. I think I saw a stat, he got dribbled past twice out of like 21 dribbles attempted from the two of them combined. So that's not bad. But the 2 times that they did get past him, Tuanzebe's there both times. He's there both times. The one first half where Mbappe's just racing through, I'm in that moment, I'll be honest, I was fearing the worst. And then I'm seeing Tuanzebe come and I'm like, wow. Yeah. Wow. How did you... I knew he was quick, but I didn't know he could catch Mbappe type of quick. So superb. Didn't give the ball away every time he got it. Kept it simple. Any cross that came into the box, the likes of Di Maria, who's got a good left foot, and he dealt with it every single time. It was and you got to realise, PSG didn't score. It was us that it scored for them. So.
Yeah, we scored for them. We scored for them.
So,
oh gosh.
So yeah, it was a brilliant performance. You would thought he would never have been away the way he played. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, man. I think if we was to even just think about that for 1 second, that man has been out for like 10 months, and then you get thrown in away at PSG in the Champions League, and then you put in that type of performance. That's levels, man. That shows talent. You can't do that if you've not got real talent, in my opinion. And it does pose a question though. Like, we was talking about fitness. A lot of people saying Man United haven't had a pre-season, and those players aren't fit. And like, it's now starting to make me think to myself, you know what? What excuses do these players have for the performances against Spurs, against Crystal Palace, against Brighton? What excuses do they have when you've got a Tuanzebe that can come in and put in that type of performance? What excuse do they have? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and now I'm starting to look at the players as well, not always just Oli. I'm now starting to think to myself, you guys have let yourselves down and let everybody down, and it's time to step it up now.
Yeah, it's like the Tottenham one. I get it. You're down to 10 men, but same again. I said it to you on the other United podcast we done the other day. That's your striker that comes off. Normally, when it's your centre back or your midfielder that gets red carded, you take off your striker and put the midfielder on just to get the shape back. The shape was there. So, I there's just no excuses for it. Even Crystal Palace, like the way we just started sluggish, slow, lethargic. Nah, man, it weren't good. So then to see these last 2 games, it makes me think, Oli hasn't really changed the way we play. So, yeah, it's on the players. It's on the players because, like I said, the way Oli has told these players to try and play hasn't really changed that much. Bruno probably the only one that's tried to play at the same level of intensity, but everyone else, nah, it's on the players.
So, our boy Anthony Martial. Bruv, and I'm telling you, when I saw that happen, I was just like, no,
I was like,
man.
I mentioned,
I was
please
like,
don't
no, man.
be someone
Of all the
else, man. That
people,
flip
yeah, man. Of
side.
all the people, why has it got to be you, man? Like I'm out here.
Again, like,
I'm out here on the front line, you know. I'm out here on the
yeah.
front line defending my man, and then that happens. I'm just like, ah. But it was poor. You know, I can't. I'm gonna have to. It was poor. Like man closed his eyes when they slow it down in
I
slow
couldn't defend it.
motion.
I couldn't defend it. It was horrible.
Yeah, they do the slow motion thing, man, and it just makes it look worse. You know, when
Way worse,
the
innit?
water flies off his forehead and all of that stuff, and it just all
Oh,
looks and it's just man, and
yeah.
it goes in. But I've got people saying, I'm seeing people on Twitter, Martial needs to improve, and Martial was a 6 out of 10 yesterday, and all of this stuff. And me personally, I'm like, you know what? I don't think any Man United player was a 6 out of 10 yesterday. Personally, I thought that was a complete away team performance. Like
Yeah.
it was as good as I've seen us play. Well, we wasn't in the Champions League last year, but still, it as good as away performance in the European game as I've seen for a long time.
Yeah.
What would your thoughts be on Martial's game yesterday? How did you think he played overall? If we was to put the own goal to one side, what do you think his performance was like?
Like, the thing is with me, with rival fans, they contradict themselves all the flipping time. What?
No, Dan,
Like,
this is United fans. This ain't even rival fans now. The
bruv,
United fans are getting on to Anthony, boy.
because what they say to me, Firmino, for example, his job isn't to score. His job is to get the ball and link the play.
Yeah,
Martial's been doing that for us. The amount of times although it was two up front, Rashford was the one trying to spin him behind. It was
yeah.
Martial with his
Martial
back to
was
the
the
play
link.
most of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't lose the ball. He didn't lose the ball. It stuck every single time.
Every
He had a
time.
few. He had a few dribbles. He had a few shots where I think, okay, because of the red card, his match sharpness isn't up to speed with the rest of the group. So I will say that he needs to get to that point. But in terms of his quality on the ball, it's all there to see, man. Every time he gets the ball, he tries to spin. He gets the ball. His close control in tight spaces is probably the best in our club. He won the penalty. Who won the penalty? For flip's sake. Like, again, it
But
was a
Dan,
hard pass.
Dan, somebody said to me, I know he won the penalty, but he's trying to spin there. Where is he going?
What's he supposed to do, fam? No one's near him. The first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, we weren't in the game like that. It wasn't like in the second half where we started to get at them a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
In
yeah,
the
yeah,
first half, we were on the back foot a little bit. So I like that. He gets the ball and he's trying to get him on the half turn.
yeah,
Yes, it's a bit of intelligence. He probably knows, just get a bit of contact, go down.
yeah,
It's a bit
yeah. He's in
intelligence,
the box. Yeah, yeah,
it's a bit of in-game intelligence. Okay, yeah, he was probably trying to spin and probably get a left foot cross into the box where Rashford should have been, if we're being honest. So
yeah,
yeah, man, I'm not trying to hear that, man.
yeah. I agree. And you know, people, if you're watching, leave us your comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on Martial because yeah, I was watching him closely. Because I've been getting to a lot of debates recently where people are talking about, you know, Cavani's going to come and rattle him because Martial, the ball doesn't stick. He doesn't link the play. Yesterday, when the ball was played up to him, it was sticking. He had his back to goal. I saw him bringing people into play loads of times. And I thought his overall game was good. You know what I mean? Like Rashford was wasteful at times yesterday.
Exactly.
Rashford was wasteful.
But no one talks about that because of the goal.
Rashford should have been able to pass Martial in, you know what I'm saying, earlier, and then he fluffed that chance, you know. But overall, I thought it was a great team performance. I don't have any negative to put on anybody. I thought Fred was outstanding yesterday. And that's my guy, Fred. You know, I thought he was great. Axel Tuanzebe, and then if we're gonna talk about your right back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
10 out of 10 performance. He was my man of the match personally. Oh my goodness. I had everyone in my mentions before the game saying, oh yeah, he's a good defensive right back, but what happens when he cocomes up against the world-class players, the Neymars and Mbappes? Well, that's what happened. They got frustrated. I saw Mbappe saying, oh, can I swap wings? He was frustrated. He couldn't get no joy out of my man. Less of that. Honestly,
Yeah,
brilliant
man.
performance.
Wan-Bissaka, 69% pass accuracy, 8 tackles attempted, 6 tackles won, 5 blocks, 2 clearances, and I saw somewhere as well 7 out of 10 duels won as well.
And
It was
that's another thing I've noticed. He's trying to get more forward. His confidence from that goal, he is starting to go up a little bit as well. There was one time in the second, I think it was second half, Mbappe took a touch past Lindelof, and you're thinking, oh crap, if he gets this shot away here, we're in trouble. Bang, Wan-Bissaka's there. Super performance, man. That's the best I've seen him play, honestly.
and the thing is, we've seen this type of performance before when we played City and we saw it against Sterling. This is what I'm being saying. Defenders, your job is to defend. Your job as a
Defender.
defender is to defend. Everyone, that's what I say, is getting blinded by the glitz and glamour. I guarantee you, you put certain man in that position yesterday, and they are getting roasted and
Ripped.
toasted. Yeah, roasted and toasted. I do not care what you say. Wan-Bissaka, and look, I played as a right winger and striker, and I remember once I had to go right back, boy. I was out of my depth. You know, being a defender, yeah, it's not
Not
easy. You
nice,
know,
man.
like positional, being in the right place, being able to be in line with your defense, when to play
Yeah.
offside, when to not play offside, covering man, like all of that sort of that one. I
No,
think
I can't do that.
I think that is harder to learn than to learn how to just get forward, get into a space
Yeah,
and whip a
because
cross in.
that
You know what I'm
involves
saying?
freedom. That involves freedom. Being in the right position,
That's
being
what it
in line with
is.
your defense. That takes discipline and concentration.
Yeah,
It's hard,
man.
man.
So, you know, Wan-Bissaka, yes, he does need to improve going forward,
He'll
but
get there though.
he'll get there. You know, I rather go into games against PSG and not feeling a way about the right hand side. Do you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, man, that's confident. I'm like, well, we got Wan-Bissaka there. I don't care who they've got there. I'm comfortable.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And 9 out of 10 times he's gonna put in a good performance. He's also
Yeah.
started slowly this season, but from that now, he's gonna be able to kick on now. I think
Yeah.
that's what I think anyway, boy. And yeah, what did you think about Tellez? Tellez's debut?
He made me happy, man. I'll be real. Like the crosses, there was one time first half he just done as one step over and just whipped it in. And I thought, oh my goodness, Luke Shaw, I've never seen you do this. The thing
Yeah,
is, he wasn't even at the byline. I think he was like midway between their box and the halfway line.
yeah,
Just done one step over, just whipped it into a dangerous area, and I thought, oh my god, and he was taking the corners as well. So a bit of me was thinking, if Maguire comes back into this team with him taking the corners, now that Maguire seems to be getting his head on these corners now, we could be in for some joy. And another thing, I say this earlier about Martial when everyone says to me, "Oh, what's with this reluctancy to get in the box?" And I said, "Well, Luke Shaw's been left back. He don't get forward enough. Wan-Bissaka, we criticize his attacking game.
yeah,
In our formation, it's normally Greenwood on the right who likes to just get a shot away. Rashford
yeah,
the same. So
yeah,
as a strike, as a player, you know your teammates. The ball's
yeah,
not coming in the box as
yeah,
often as it should. You know, like there's this saying, know your teammates. If you know the ball's coming in the box 9 times out of 10, you're busting a gut to get in there. But when you kind of know it's not, you're kind of hanging off a little bit. But with Tellez, you can see his first thought when he gets on that left-hand side is, can I whip across him? And for someone like Martial, that will just encourage him to keep getting in there. Pogba, I've noticed Ollie, when he subbed him on, has played him in attacking midfield.
all right.
It all started against Luton, where he came on and I thought, he's in an attacking midfield role.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
what I see.
yeah,
He done it against Newcastle. He done it against PSG.
yeah,
He set up Rashford's winning goal from that position. So again, and we've seen Pogba in the Manchester derby a few seasons ago, where he gets in the box and towers in and gets his goals. So someone like Tellez, it will be a dream for someone like Pogba to make them late runs in. So it could only be good, man. Tellez really impressed me. Even though he didn't play, he played an hour. I saw all I needed to see.
I think I agree. We have to remember again, it's his debut for us, and I think he put a good show. Like he put a good performance in, man. He can walk away. He can walk away with that after that performance and think to myself, you know what? I did myself proud. You can
Mm,
see that he's got a thing about him, man. Like he don't mind
mm,
getting into a challenge. There was a few times when the ball, I like the way
yes,
he leans it,
similar
he
to
leans
Bruno.
his back into the players. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? He's not afraid of these, man. He can get forward, like you say, he can whip the ball in. And one thing I've always hated about us is that we don't seem to score or even do enough on corner kicks. We
mm,
don't, we're not able to put the ball in properly. And two, even when we do, we've got nobody attacking it.
attacking it.
I
Yeah,
thought Maguire would bring that when he came. It hasn't worked out. He's done it on
mm,
a, less than a handful of times.
yeah,
But I saw those crosses coming in from Tellez. I was like, Lord have mercy.
boy.
Jesus Christ. They were whipped in, flat, fast, pacey. Like just had all you just needed was somebody
just help it on. Just help it on.
and yeah, that's it. It's just a help on. You don't even need the bullet. It's just a little skim, and that's good.
Yeah.
So that there is making me think to myself, you know what? I'm looking forward. There's some things that I saw yesterday that I'm like, you know, I'm looking
Long
forward.
term, I like
Yeah, long
this.
term.
This will work.
Because I'm not saying that Maguire shouldn't play long term. I'm just saying for the weekend, I wouldn't bring him in. Do you know what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying?
not
But
the game.
obviously Maguire's gonna come back in the team. He probably will on the weekend anyway, but he will definitely. He's our captain. But actually, if we was to move on from that, what did you think about our captain's performance in Bruno Fernandes?
Oh, the fact that he got the captain's armband to me just said a lot, because we all heard during the Tottenham game, Bruno was subbed because he had a go at his teammates saying, "You lot don't know what it's like to play for this club." Da, 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 da. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I tweeted it the other day. He's trying to raise everyone's standards, because everyone in the club so far has just been used to just going through the motions, getting by games. Whether we win, lose, or draw, it's just like, oh, okay, whatever. Next game.
Yeah.
Whereas Bruno's come in and said, "No, I'm not having this, fam.
Daniel, you're still
Even
there?
when we win, I want better,
Oh,
fam."
Daniel's internet connection has gone, people. Daniel, you're still there? You're still there? You're there?
It's going so well on my days.
He said it was going so well.
Hello?
Yeah, you're back.
My days, fam.
It was going so well. Yeah, you're back.
What was I even saying, bro? Oh my.
Yeah, you was talking about Bruno Fernandes that being and you like the fact that he was, putting it on people. Like,
Oh yeah. I was even saying, even when we're winning games, he's saying, "No, we need to win better. 2-1. No, we should be better in this team 4-0. It's Brighton. It's Newcastle. This is what we're supposed to do. Don't get gassed over this. I want better. We're trying to win leagues." So for me, that just says a lot. And again, it was interesting. You had De Gea, Pogba. You could even give it to Rashford. He's been at the club for a while as well. So the fact that Bruno got the armband, even though he's probably been here less than a year, said a lot to me. And again, Captain's performance, he was just organising. We already know he's one of the first people to press. He's one of the first people to sprint back. He's a passion merchant, but in a good way, because he's got the quality to back it up.
Yeah. Real talk.
Hey, he missed the pen, but I was cussing him for that. I was like, "Please do not do that stupid jump and hop again." Honestly, but hey, it took mental strength. The fact that he said, "No, I still want the," because apparently Rashford and Martial were two players that went over to him. "You sure you want the second one?" And he's like, "Oh, move yourself, bro.
Yeah.
I've got this, fam." Yeah. He had this in the bag. So I like that. It takes mental strength to be like, okay, though I've missed, I still back myself. And he stuck it away again.
And man still did the hop, skip, and jump again.
Yeah.
You know?
I swear that it's becoming one of like Pogba's penalties where he's just doing the long run at, fam. I'm like, just hurry up and whack it in, man. We doing, man. Playing with our heartstrings. But yeah, again, standard. The thing is, that weren't even Bruno's best game, but it's at such a level you're still happy with him.
Did you see the interview or the little clip when he found out that he was going to be captain? Did you see
his face?
Bruno's a G, you know. I looked at that, and you know what I took from that is I believe that Bruno and Ollie have had a conversation. I reckon something definitely happened after Spurs or around about that time, whether it be halftime or after the game or whatever. I definitely think something happened, and Bruno has criticized those players and criticized Maguire as being the captain, and then has probably spoken to Ollie and been like, "Boy, Ollie, I could captain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do
Yeah.
this. This is what we should be getting from our captain." Da, 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 da. Ollie's like, nah, Maguire's our captain. Da, da,
Too
da, da.
soon, just got it.
Yeah,
But Maguire just got it and you gave it to him.
exactly. But then Ollie just springs it on him, and then Bruno's like, "What?
Huh?
Huh? All
You
right.
told me I won.
Yeah, all right then, cool. And then he's probably thinking, all right then, man's trying to spring this on me now. Watch me perform and lead this team. And yeah, I agree. With regards to Bruno, he's not been at the level that he was before lockdown. He hasn't been at that level. But one thing is that he never goes hiding, always wants the ball, always pressing, always trying. And when we have needed him, people will call him Penandes and penalties and all of that. But
Try some more.
people can still miss penalties. Yeah, people still miss penalties. So he still has to tuck them away. And that one against Brighton, when the game is done, that's a pressure penalty. He's tucked it away. And then even this one against PSG, he's missed one. He's taken it again. And same corner, same hop skipper. Like, that takes a lot of bottle, man. And I have to rate him he missed a penalty against Newcastle.
But the finish.
And he didn't stop. Like, I was speaking to someone, they were saying, like, some people's heads will drop after that. You know what I mean? Not his. Still wants the ball, still trying. And that finished against Newcastle. I'm just looking forward to watching that on Match of the Day for goal of the month.
I better see that. Oh, 'cause at the time, I didn't realize how it was such a good move. When you're just so sucked in the game, you're not even looking at patterns of play and stuff like that. You just it's like the 88th minute. You're just like, just hurry up and get it forward and let's score, man. It wasn't until after the game where I watched it back and thought, it's a great team goal.
It's a mad thing. That goal is a mad thing. That goal is gonna win goal of the month. It has to. It's an absolute beautiful goal. And what I liked about that goal, you will know this because you're a baller yourself. So only ballers can recognize this, people. But yeah, you're a baller, so you'll know this. But when Rashford plays the ball to him, the ball is slightly behind him. That first touch.
Just to kill it and get it back in his stride.
Because that could have gone anywhere, that first touch. Yeah. That first touch, he brings it in his stride, as you just said. See, I told you lot people that Daniel will understand he's a baller. The first touch to bring it back in his stride, boom, top bins.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of players in that position drag it so much that they have to use their left foot. But him, it was just perfect. And the finish, I thought he was going to try and just do a little dink over. But no, he just thought, hold that. You're getting gas because you say my penalty. Take that, bro.
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
Oh, boy. But I'm telling you, man, we've been here before, though, Dan. We've got excited. And then we just got chopped down, man. But Man United just don't make sense to me, because you start off the season the way you start off, and then you think to yourselves, yeah, you always perform against the big teams. You come up against Spurs, you get drummed 6-1. Obviously, a man got sent off, but even before then, we weren't playing well. And then I'm just thinking, this is it, boy. Go to international break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna be finished. And then we've beaten Newcastle, which was a potential banana skin. So,
from previous.
We beat them 4-1, and then we've just gone and beat PSG, man. And as I said, I'll give credit to Ollie, because I questioned his team lineup against Newcastle and it worked. And I didn't like the fact that both Pogba and Donny van der Beek were at the side and against PSG, and that still worked. And I thought when he brought Pogba on, it was the right time. Pogba then gave us that control back of the game.
Things were sticking more up the field.
Yeah, and exactly what you said. When Pogba's been coming on recently, he's been playing further up the field, and that's where we need Paul Pogba. We don't need, you've got some people on the internet that are trying to get onto Pogba saying, how many players do we need to buy to unlock him? When is he going to be unlocked? All of this crap. And I'm just like, look, as people, we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. Why are we going to play to a man's weakness? play to his
Exactly.
strengths. He is a creative footballer. He's strong. He's powerful. He's athletic for his size.
He's
He's
got
got
feet.
feet. Oh my gosh.
Like he tick. If you look at a midfielder and the attribute, he will literally tick most boxes.
I'm telling
Like
you.
as a footballer, heading, pace, right foot, left foot, passing, long, short, he would tick all the boxes.
Yeah.
Why? Why are we trying to push him back?
Yeah.
Advance him, man. Help him out, bro.
Advance him. I like seeing him on the edge of the box playing little 1-2s with Martial, Bruno,
Yeah.
whoever it will be, and he's got the intelligence as well, Pogba. He's got that
Mhm.
intelligence around. Pogba was on for 26 minutes yesterday. Here's his stats. Big up Statman Baines. I had to hit him up,
Hey.
and Statman Baines gave me some stats still. And I also got some from Statman Dave. But
Yeah.
14 attempted passes, 11 successful passes, 2 chances created, and 1 assist.
1 assist for Rashi.
7 out of 9 final third passes, 2 ball recoveries, 1 clearance, 1 tackle. I think for 26 minutes work, that was really good. And not just stats. We can all read off stats and all of that, but we always, you have to look at, have the eye test as well. And we watched the game, and the game swung when Pogba came on, in my opinion.
Yeah, it changed. Like before, you could see PSG at 1-1. PSG were the ones that were trying to get the second goal. De Gea made a few brilliant saves, and shout out David De Gea. In these recent games, since we've said Henderson has come back in, David De Gea has looked like the David De Gea of old. He's making big saves and big moments.
Yeah,
but PSG were coming at us. They were coming. Mbappe had a few efforts. Neymar had a few efforts. Di Maria had a few efforts. And then it looked like, okay, looks like we're probably going to hang on for a 1-1 point if we're trying to get something out of this. But then when Pogba came on, all of a sudden, the likes of Rashford were running in behind. Martial was playing little cute 1-2s, little flicks around the corner with Pogba. And all of a sudden, I was going, hold on a minute. We can win this game, That old thought came when Pogba came on the pitch. And as you said, he came on, gives a ball around the corner for Rashford, who takes it on the turn and smashes it in. It's an assist for Pogba. I don't care if it's a good assist or a bad assist. It's an assist.
I know. I was saying to Stel, boy, I was like, you know what? This assist thing, it can be a little bit misleading, though. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah.
You just pass the ball to a man, he goes and skins someone, and it's called an assist. But I don't know what we do, man. I don't know what we do going forward, because obviously we've now won 2 games with Pogba not in the side. I'm always going to be, Pogba needs to be playing in this team. We need to find a way to get him in this team and in this system. I just don't know what or how Ollie gets the best out of everybody. It's clear to see that Ollie is not going to play or try and find a system that can play Pogba, Bruno, and Van der Beek. So it looks like Van der Beek is definitely missing out. It's weird that we've bought him and he's not had 1 start yet. Other than in the League Cup. Did he start in the League Cup? Other than that, he's not had 1 start. So I don't know, man. I don't know where we go from here. Where do you think? Where do you think Ollie goes with Pogba? And at the moment, he's going with the high energy, high intensity, and Scott McTominay and Fred. Do you think he will do that against Chelsea? Do you think Pogba comes back in the team? Do you think Pogba comes in against RB Leipzig?
A bit of me thought Pogba will be the one that will come back in, because a bit of me goes, with this run of games where it's against hard teams, hard opposition, the last thing you want to do is burn out everyone. So maybe he's just picking and choosing when to start, when to put on the bench. Obviously, last 2, he's had him on the bench, but maybe Chelsea's the game where he thinks, all right, cool, you've had your 2 games out, you've seen what's been going on, I'm going to put you back in now. Maybe that might be the case, since we've got a hard run of games. That's like the only part of me that thinks, okay, that's probably how Pogba gets back in this team. Maybe he's just thinking about rotation, because we've got a lot of games coming up against hard opposition. So maybe that might have something to do with it. But as for Van der Beek, I feel sorry for him. I do, because every time he's come on, it's just the intricate play that every time he's come on, it's just the intelligence. Like, there'll be times where the ball's fired into him, he just dumped a dummy around the corner where it ends up going out to our left back. It's just small things like this where you're just like, you can't teach this, man. You can't teach this. Van der Beek again, he scored on the international break against Italy. So again, another goal-scoring midfielder who can create. Newcastle, he's the one that starts the second goal with Bruno with the little flicks and the ball moving forward quickly. So I feel sorry for him. For me, he's doing everything right to get a start. So I don't know. Maybe he throws him in the deep end against Chelsea. I don't think he will, but I wouldn't be against it. I don't know. It's a hard one with Van der Beek, but with Pogba, I could see him being thrown in against Chelsea just because of the whole rotation thing. Because we've got a hard run of games coming up.
I wanted to check. I didn't know whether he was Juan Mata. I was just checking if he was on the bench, and he was. Juan Mata's, he's been playing well recently, Dan. And it looks like, Juan Mata's always been thrown into the B team, innit?
Yeah.
and we know the B team ain't been good. It's not had, when you're playing with the Pereiras, the Lingards, it's not been the best. But he does seem to still have that intelligence, that football IQ. Do you think that we could see him over the next few games, whether it be Chelsea or RB Leipzig? Do you think he can work his way back into the first 11 for one of those games?
With Mata, it's a weird one. I've said this. I said it before. Like, you see, James at Everton.
Yeah.
He's not the most quickest. He's not the most mobile. But the team he's in, he's playing with good players, so he can shine. And I think with Mata, it's kind of the same thing. When we play him in the second string team where he's got Daniel James, Pereira, Lingard, what can Mata really do with that? But when I've noticed when he plays with the Brunos and the Pogbas and the Van der Beeks, all of a sudden you're seeing things starting to connect. I think Brighton the other day in the Carabao Cup, it's him and Van der Beek that do a little interchange and Mata puts it in. Newcastle, I know the goal was offside, but hey, it was a great goal. A quick 1-2 between him and Bruno. So I've noticed when he's around the good players, Mata can play. He's not got the pace, but he's got the football intelligence and his final ball. Hey, Newcastle again. It's his corner for Maguire's header. So I still think Mata has something to offer, but it depends. Maybe you pick and choose when to play. Maybe you play him against someone like a Burnley at home with Bruno and Van der Beek, so Mata can interchange, get things going with the good players. But when we play him with the so-called lesser players like the Daniel James, the Lingards, and players like that, then you can see Mata's it's just not going to work. So maybe he could throw him in against the Leipzig with the likes of Bruno and Pogba and Martial. So I wouldn't be against it, because when I've seen him, I've seen enough evidence now where when he played with the good players, he's a good player. He's still got stuff to offer.
Yeah, man. I agree with you. It's gonna be an interesting one. Yeah, man. So we're gonna have to wait and see. At least today we can get on with our day with a smile.
We can go by now.
Get on our day with a smile, people. Man United 2 or PSG 1, Man United 2. I didn't see it coming. I had a couple people talking about us that we're gonna do something in this run of games. We're gonna always step up, and I was just like, nah, it's not gonna happen. And then it started off well. And what's your predictions then for Saturday before we close? What's your predictions for Saturday? Is it Saturday we're playing or Sunday? Well, it must probably Saturday
5:30. Saturday 5:30.
Saturday 5:30. What's your predictions, Dan?
Again, Chelsea's defensively aren't the greatest. They've got this goalkeeper issue. If we can play to similar levels how we did today, I don't see why we can't go there and win. Maybe a 2-1. I'm leaning towards more of a 2-1 because I still think Chelsea will score, being at home, being the home team. I'm feeling a 2-1.
2-1. Dan's going with a 2-1. Do you think that we'll play the same formation as we did in Paris? Or do you think he'll revert back to a 4-2-3-1?
I hope he doesn't. No, I'd stick with this 3. If I'm being honest. I don't like this 4-2-3-1 at all. We don't create chances.
No,
it's more. There don't seem to be a set system when we do the 4-2-3-1, but when we play the 3-5-2, you can see the patterns of play.
Yeah.
I'd stick with the 3. Honestly, I would.
Yeah, I agree, and I think he will. I think Oli does. He does often play the 3 against Chelsea anyway, so I can't see him changing that. And I would like to see the same back 3. I mean, the same back 3, yeah. The same 3 central defenders, and I'd like to see Telles and Wan-Bissaka. And then whatever he does with the rest is down to him, obviously,
Yeah.
as it is with the rest of the players. But I mean, but I mean, we'll wait and see what he does with that. I don't think the back five will change. But how excited before we draw this first episode to a close? How excited are you for seeing Edison Cavani in a Manchester United shirt?
I'll be honest. When we first got him, a bit of me was so underwhelmed. At the time, we was looking at bigger things. We wanted the Sanchos, the Upamecano's, and players like that. So at the time, I was underwhelmed. But as I've calmed down, transfer window season's done. Now we're in the season. Now you can. It's like, okay, what do we have, and how can we get the best out of what we have? Cavani's a good addition. I've noticed in recent months, Agallo's performances have dropped significantly.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
So a part of me was like, okay, maybe in January sort out the backup striker role, and Cavani he's a level above that. So he could challenge Martial. Martial can learn off him. The likes of Greenwood can learn off him. Obviously now Martial's got a little band, so I don't know if Cavani prayed for him to get his first team opportunity like this, but it is what it is. It worked. So he's a goal scorer. Now it seems like we're starting to create more chances, because that was my thing. That was my thing early when we first signed Cavani. I was like, you're all getting excited about Cavani being a goal scorer. We don't create chances in 2s, 3s, or 4s a game. We're not at that point yet. I think now we're getting to that point, now that Wan-Bissaka's starting to get more forward. Telles is a good crosser of the ball, obviously. Bruno and Pogba, Van der Beek and players like that. So he'll be around players that can create chances for him. So maybe it could work. I can only hope. But a bit of me is a bit excited. Kind of like how I felt about Telles. A bit of me's got that same bit of excitement in me just to see what he can do.
Yeah. Where I'm at now with Cavani is I'm the same with you. Cavani was never on the radar. He's a free agent. And then I got annoyed as well, thinking if we was gonna get him, why didn't we get him before? And he would have been ready to play against Newcastle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But where I'm at with him now is he's here. He's an experienced player, a decorated player. He knows where the goal is. And I'm thinking to myself, even if just the experience he can pass on to these men, that will be worth it. And there was like a little clip on that I saw on Twitter. It looked like him talking to Axel Tuanzebe.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? That little clip there, that made me feel good. Because I'm like, yes, that's the extra bit that I didn't see in the beginning. That's the extra bit behind the scenes that will be worth him being there. Do you know what I mean? That little bit of know-how, experience to talk to the younger players.
Winning mentality.
A winning mentality. Do you know what I mean? Another guy coming into the dressing room who I'm guessing ain't going to want to come here for no holiday camp. You get what I'm saying? Man wants to win. That's what I love about Bruno as well. Bruno, he spoke so well before the game, talking about, no, we're not in the Champions League just to make up the numbers. We're in it. We want to win it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think we can, but it's good to hear these players talking like that. And I know that Cavani's going to bring that same energy. And, you know, there's been a lot of talk about Martial not being able to play the role or whatever. But we're going to see now if Cavani can come in and we can now, again, with Telles, we can now start to play a way where we can start getting crosses in the box and create chances that way, because we're too narrow, I believe. When we play, we're too narrow. We're always playing in the width of the box.
You know what I mean? Down the middle.
Yeah, we need to now start going out wide. And with Telles there, and as we said, if Wan-Bissaka can start to improve and even learn from Telles, we can now start getting more crosses into the box, whether it be high, low, and create chances and have a different dimension to our play. And I guess Cavani does bring that, doesn't he? He brings a different dimension that we will now have to our play. So because of that, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see, especially off the back of the PSG performance. Now I'm excited to see what we do against Chelsea, man. And I'm looking forward to it now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the game.
Just to add on to that, again, earlier on we were saying the drop in level when we make subs. When Martial's red card when he does get past his ban, if Martial's having one of those games and you bring on Cavani, a bit of you goes, the quality hasn't really dropped there. but it's a different
Exactly.
option. I like it. So
Exactly. Now we're
yeah,
gonna
I'm
potentially
excited.
go there with just Cavani up top or Cavani and Rashford. Whereas before it would be like, oh, Rashford now has to come up top, or Rashford, Rashford
Rashford
and
and James.
Igalo, for example. It's now we've got Cavani. So yeah, man,
Yeah,
we're moving in the right direction, it seems. But we've been here before.
yeah,
Maybe we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We'll know how we feel when we come back again next week, people. We'll come back again probably after the RB Leipzig game. So we will be able to just discuss the Chelsea and the RB Leipzig game. But Dan, again, hit them up, let them know where they can find you.
yeah. Daniel Goon on Daniel Goon 7 on pretty much everything. Twitter, Instagram, yeah, YouTube. Yeah, hit me up, man.
Wicked. Links will be in the description, people. My name is Semps. You can find me at L Semps on Twitter, Leon_Semper on Instagram, Views TV Official on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And I said the links will be in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like. The likes do help us grow. And yeah, man, and go and support and go and follow my man Daniel if you aren't already. My man is hilarious and he's a G. And on top of that, he's a real one. He's a real one, man. He's a good guy. And that's how we move with the right energy, So yeah, man, until next week, we are out of here. Peace.